Greetings again, Ballarat. Thanks for coming out today to advocate for change and for fighting for a country more equal. Today is a defining moment in the history of Australian marriage equality and a milestone in the fight for equal love rights. This morning, the very first same-sex couples were legally married on Australian soil and will be recognised under ACT law. This window of opportunity will remain open only for 5 days pending the decision of the High Court challenge, hastily called by the Abbott Liberal government. And if the High Court decides that the ACT Act is inconsistent with the Federal Marriage Act, these marriages may be struck in Ballarat as early as Thursday. Will this be long enough for them to see that the world hasn't ended? Regardless of the outcome, we will remain committed to fight until marriage equality becomes a national reality.
It's coming, and I think that people who say, oh, I have my morals, marriage is between a man and a woman, blah, 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 I think it's because they're not willing to admit that times are changing whether they like it or not.
If you continue to fight as long and as hard as you can, eventually people are going to stop fighting against you, and it's the way it always works. I remember reading a few quotes, and actually one of them was from Nelson Mandela. Don't judge me for how many times I succeed, judge me for how many times I get back up after failing.
I'm very, very proud of the City of Ballarat people who are here from ZARC and one of our youth councillors and the other speakers did a fabulous job. And look, I'll be in there speaking out loud and proud when I can. And it's time to end homophobia and it's time to start marriage equality.
I was born and raised right here in Ballarat. I didn't always have an easy childhood. I spent too many recesses and lunchtimes hiding in the school library. Sometimes I strolled home from school, sometimes I had to run. I have been chased down the Bridge Street Mall and have had to be hidden in back rooms by store owners to escape would-be attackers. Eventually, like so many other LGBTI brothers and sisters who grew up in country towns, I could no longer tolerate the relentless discrimination, homophobia and bullying and packed a small black case and moved to Melbourne at the age of 17. Despite the fact that the rates of depression and LGBTI-related youth suicide still remain frightfully higher in rural areas, I am encouraged to see that things are finally changing. This is evidenced by the marked increase of local marriage events in country towns over recent years. Perhaps the time is here where LGBTI youth won't feel the need to move to the city to find acceptance. Things are getting better.
I look at our current parliament and I'm disgusted. We're voting in people who do not have our best interests at heart. When I think of a leader, I think of someone who is forging a brighter future for us, for our tomorrow. I don't see someone who's trying to entrench discrimination in society, and it really disheartens me. And why I was drawn to the Greens is because we've always had a coherent, strong voice on this issue. If you do vote for a Greens Member of Parliament, you know that they are going to support LGBTI rights. And for me, marriage equality is an incredibly important issue, but it's not for me the marriage component. I don't particularly want to get married, but why shouldn't my friend who wants to marry her partner, her same-sex partner, be able to do so? It's nonsensical. I've been stabbed in the chest protecting my gay brother. I've been threatened for walking down the streets holding my girlfriend's hand, and it's not okay. We need to show Mr. Abbott that we want marriage equality to continue. We're going to stay out. We're going to stay proud. We're going to continue to be who we are.
I just wanted to say my mother and her partner were together for 28 years, her female partner. 2 years ago, my mother's partner died, and she knew a couple of weeks prior to that she was going to die. And the one thing that she would have really liked would have been to get married. She was ordained as a minister of the church. She travelled the world, she was a journalist, she was sort of a world-renowned person, and the one thing she couldn't do was marry her partner of 28 years, and I just think that that's disgusting.
Hi, my name's Kieran, I'm from GV Pride in Shepparton. Today you should be really proud of yourself for turning up. You're sending a really clear message of support to a lot of young kids who may not be out, who might want to be out. We'll see this in the paper and the radio tomorrow, and it's going to give them a whole lot of confidence that maybe next time they can come out. Well done.
Yeah, it really, really annoys me when people are so anti-gay, which some people are, because the genes in people aren't completely half for male and half for female. some of them have a mixture, a different mixture, and some are heterosexual, bisexual, or homosexual because of their genes. And I really, really believe that. So good on you, anyone who wants to be gay and get married. Yeah. Succeed.
Ballarat is such a beautiful town, and it will always be my home. Last time I was here, I met such a strong, active community, and this brings us all hope. A community of support is crucial to the movement, and action in regional areas will have the most significant impact. Keep gathering, keep lobbying your local and federal members, keep this issue alive and start the conversation. At school, at work, at church, over the Christmas lunch with your families, this is your call to action. Yesterday, the world lost one of the greatest human rights activists of our lifetimes. Rest in peace, Nelson Mandela. Amongst his many inspiring quotes is a very simple one. It always seems impossible until it's done. Happy Christmas, marriage equality now.